Hey everybody, and thanks for watching today's video. As some of you know, I recently purchased the Ergatta Waterrower. It's been about 4.5 weeks. I've been taking it nice and slow. I've got some old hip injuries from martial arts when I was a younger gentleman, and so I wanted to take it nice and easy, make sure I got into that groove in an appropriate way and didn't re-injure myself. So I have been doing some other videos, some walk-arounds and troubleshootings and things like that, but one of the things that I keep getting requested and that I promised I would do early on is a 30-day or basically a month kind of review. Here's my thoughts, here's some of the things that I think were good, here's some things I think were great, and then here's some things that I think are some improvements. So before we get started on that, if you would, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out. With that, let's get started. First off, let's discuss quickly the buying experience. I already covered this in a previous video a little bit more in depth. But the takeaway is that the experience went very smoothly. The only drawback was the delivery time. Originally they said about 8 to 10 weeks, but I was pretty lucky. It only took about 5 to 6 weeks for me to get mine. I did some pretty good research prior to making my purchase, so I knew what I wanted. The two main factors in my decision were the app and the experience that it offered. It was different than other rowers, and then also the appearance. I did opt for self-install, which I think sped up the delivery as well as allowed me to kind of get to know the rower a little better. The install went very smoothly. It was much easier than I anticipated, and I had it together, I would say, probably less than an hour. One of the best part of the experience of purchasing a Ergatta for me was the support I got from customer service slash support team at Ergatta. They were very responsive to any requests that I had or questions and kept me up to date on the delivery. Now let's talk about how the rower looked once I finally got it put together and set up in my own room. Based upon the Ergatta website and the reviews that I read, I had high expectations, undoubtedly. But when I finally got it put together and put in place, I was very surprised at how beautiful it was. It fit the room perfectly and it shows really well, and I'm very proud to have it as part of our furniture in our house. Now moving on to what it's like to actually use the rower, I have to say it's even better than I expected. The app itself is very friendly and intuitive. It didn't take long to figure it out, and once I did, I was up and going. One of the things I did like about it most as soon as I started was there was a lot of different options available for rowing. There's free row, there's races, there's push programs, interval programs. Ergatta gives more information on their website on what all that means, but all in all, there's just a lot of choices, and you can find yourself kind of going through them and doing different things to help kind of break the monotony of working out. One of the first things I noticed as soon as I started using the rower was just how solid it felt. It was obviously quality material, and rowing is extremely smooth on it. It just feels, well, not to overuse the term, but feels like a quality built machine. The apps are actually fun to do as well. It's like playing a game, some of them, where you have to try like this. As you can see here in this video, I'm actually racing some folks. This isn't a live race. This is actually a racing against their time, but it's fun and it's engaging. Now, fun is one thing, but most people purchase a rower or home workout equipment because they want to become more fit or lose weight. Fortunately for me, I have done both. I have noticed an increase in my ability to row longer and faster, and also I've lost 7 pounds with a change in diet and by including these workouts in my daily routine at least 5 days a week approximately. Most of the workout programs are fun and exhausting. So yeah, I love my rower and it's working out great for me, but there are still a few things that I wish that were just either slightly better or improved upon, or kind of like a wish list. As I mentioned before, it's a very quality built machine and solid, but as one of the things that I would like to see improved, as you can see from this video here, is the screen does shake and wobble a little bit. It's more of the arm in general, but you can see here from the rower's perspective, it's really not that noticeable. It's just from the side that you really see it, and it is noticeable if you're sitting or if you're watching someone else row, but all in all it would be good to tighten that up. I've only had one small issue with my rower, and that is when trying to keep up with the high, they're going fast for your strokes per minute. I had noticed that my rower was dropping off very quickly, even if I slowed down just slightly to try to meet the kind of the parameters, as you can see here in this video, of the row. It was, as soon as I slowed down, it would wait a second and then drop off very quickly. I did do a troubleshooting guide video that you guys can see if you check out the channel, and Ergatta was able to help me with this. So based upon the support I got from Ergatta, the support people there, and my own experience from being in the technical support industry, I threw together a very quick video on some of the most useful troubleshooting steps that someone can try after having any issues with their Ergatta rower. Now for the issue that I was seeing where the tracking wasn't in line with my rowing, it was a pretty simple fix, and I covered that right here as you can see in the video. Just had to do a slight adjustment on the upper sensor disc and just put my hands in there, push it and pull it up and wiggle it, and it's worked great ever since. Another little item on my wish list is the profile section. As you can see, it's just a W for me. It would be nice to be able to add a photo to your profile. Another area that I think could be improved is the calibration process. Currently it auto recalibrates after so many rows. I believe it's 10 now when you do a rowing workout that fits the bill. But it would be nice if it auto calibrated between each workout session. You can manually recalibrate, which I believe is still a 2,000 meter row, but it would be nice if it analyzed your performance with each rowing session you did and adjusted your next row based upon that performance. I realize this is being pretty picky, but I do believe that this would really help with the user experience. Next on the list has to do with the design itself. As I mentioned before, it looks great, but I have found that the monitor head itself, it just is a little too far away from where I sit to make it easy to reach. I can imagine for larger folks this is probably even more of an issue than it is for me. Extending that arm just a little further out I think would greatly decrease this issue and make it a much better experience. So we're down to the last item on my feedback, and it could be a big one for some people. I'm a little embarrassed to say when I did my research I looked at everything I could, quality, build, customer reviews. The one thing that I missed was that there is no app included for mobile devices to track your data with the Ergatta Waterrower. Now this would not have kept me from buying the rower because I did fall in love with the looks and the app that's on the device itself, but it would have been nice to know beforehand. Now with that said, I have had some direct interactions with Ergatta and they are working on a mobile app, though I'm uncertain if that will include cloud-based data to allow users to track their rowing performance and data online. All in all, I have really enjoyed my Ergatta Waterrower. It has helped me lose over 7 pounds thus far, and I have started to really pick up the pace on my frequency that I'm rowing. It's beautiful and effective, and when it's all said and done, it's a great rower. The few minor aspects that I think should be improved are items I feel certain the company will likely address in some way in the near future, either with slight design enhancements or feature additions to the application. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you can check out my other videos.